Hey, Danny Mike listeners, before we get to the episode today, I wanted to ask a favor. Our new network, The Last Podcast Network, is doing a survey which will in turn improve the content that you hear. It only takes a minute, it's all confidential, and it's just some questions about your listening habits. You can find the link in our description of this very episode.
The world was so big, and I was so small. Your voice was always the loudest of all.
Taste the guava.
Yeah, the guava is very strong with this one.
It's pure guava.
Whoa, knew you were going to say that.
You did, bro? Did you?
You don't
Bruh?
even know what that means, do you?
I do know what that means, bruh.
Guys, the force is strong with me because I'm fucking here, okay?
Yeah, we were both worried. We were both concerned. We were both very worried and concerned. We played some video games while we waited on you. We played Rocket League, which was very fun.
Oh, you did play Rocket
Yeah.
League. Okay. Are you addicted to it now?
No,
I think he's hooked.
I like it though. Yeah, I dig it. And then some soccer, no big deal.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
So
we
you guys
watched,
had a nice little fun Sunday hang.
yeah, and we ate chips,
Yeah, we snacked from Jeremy's snack
drink
corner,
seltzer.
which is
Right?
actually the Seltzer King Studios canteen / craft service entrance.
Well, I wish I could have been there for all of that.
Yeah, well, you were in the air. It's okay. Or
No,
wherever
You were
you
probably
No, it
eating
wasn't
like
in the air.
dried peanut.
I wasn't
chips.
in the air. I could have woken up leisurely and rented a car and been back in New York
You could have ice skated up here.
faster than it took me to get back
Yeah.
from DC on a 35-minute plane ride. It's all it is. It's so fucking quick.
It's okay, Dan. It's okay.
Oh, I know. I'm in a safe space here. I know.
You are in a safe
I
space.
know.
It's so safe
I know.
that I want to say, welcome to the Adventures of Danny. Tomorrow, Mr. Michael C. Morona.
My name's Michael C. Morona.
It is right, Mr. Danny Tamborelli, Mr. World Traveler, Mr. DC himself.
That's not terrible.
And I'm going with it. And my name is Jeremy. Thank you all so much for tuning in. So you got stuck because of weather.
Yeah, I got
It's
stuck
never
because of
happened
weather,
before.
but like
It's
there
not his
was
first
no,
time.
but there was like
Act
no
of
real.
God.
There was like no. The weather was like yes, there was storms happening
Yeah.
and stuff, but like
It just always happens.
when I looked at they're like, oh, LaGuardia is closed because the there's bad weather, and then you look on the radar and it's like there's no fucking bad weather there at the moment. And there
Right.
wasn't, and then I asked you, I was like, how's the weather? And you're like, it's not. You know,
Buddy,
not
if I
terrible.
were you, I would jump into the air as I'm about to do.
So you were, what were you doing?
So I was at the District of Comedy
Ooh,
Festival. It
Interesting.
was being held at the Kennedy Center.
Oh.
Just no big deal.
Yeah, no big deal.
No big
How many
deal.
times have you said no big deal?
Oh, you
already?
know, you're just doing a show right across the
Jeremy,
hall
every
from
time he says no big deal,
Patton
drink. Okay?
Oswalt. I don't know if you know who
Spirits are high.
he is. Right. Big time.
World,
Heard of him.
You know-
world famous internet
Do you know,
pedophile.
you know who
Patton
sponsored?
Oswalt.
You know who sponsored? Capital One and Delta.
Wow.
Okay, this is big time.
Are
Big
those-
old festy.
Should we see if those are brands?
That
we
Delta,
hate?
Delta is definitely a brand that I hate.
Yeah,
right
we
now.
definitely hate both of them.
Even though I understand it was weather and they don't want anyone to get hurt and it's that kind of shit, but like, we went onto the tarmac for 3 hours and waited. The captain just kept like
You
being
live-
too hopeful, just
You
being
live
super
streamed
hopeful,
the
being
whole
like,
thing to us, Dan.
I didn't live stream.
You live texted us the whole tarmac.
Oh my god,
I was digging it.
you were
As
digging it. I wasn't digging it.
I'm
I was
saying
just
I was
happy.
on my couch.
I was
being
just
able
happy
to
I could
stretch out.
use cellular service on the tarmac going outbound. And
I was on my couch being able to stretch out, having put the son to sleep, and
Oh,
That's
so
it.
you didn't get here that early. What time did you get here?
I don't know.
I mean, enough to play 4 video games, eat 17
What do we?
chips.
Okay,
I had
okay.
I had a cold pizza.
Yep,
I had a
slice of
half a
cold pizza.
donut. I had
Yep.
some blueberry crumble.
Yep.
And I'm gonna have the
Stale chips.
good kind of diarrhea when I get home.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm
The
waiting.
travel you
Don't
think
forget
I'm waiting.
popcorn.
I'm waiting
Oh, yeah.
for it. I'm waiting for mine.
to set in.
Yeah. Well, because last night we did this picture this show, which
Was
Ian
that drinking?
Finance, who usually is
Friend
the
of the
host
pod.
of the one in New York,
Friend of the pod.
Brandy, who does it in L.A.
Is that a drink and draw?
Drink and draw? No,
Yeah.
no. Picture this.
Yeah.
Oh no, you never heard about Picture This?
I mean, I'm slightly.
Picture This is great. Picture This for the listener and for Michael.
I'm familiar with.
Picture This is a comedy show that pairs comedians and animators,
illustrators,
and there's a big screen behind me, and I tell stories and jokes, and an animator will
animate them,
animate whatever he chooses. So, last night I talked about being Ginger and my friends who think John Mayer's cool now because he's Dead and Co. and how it upsets me because they were like old, like.
What happened to those friends?
No, they like John Mayer now.
I know. What's wrong with them?
They like John Mayer.
So you don't talk to them anymore?
No, I still talk to them. I just think it's funny. The joke was basically, it was like, these are like some Daryl kids that used to go see fish and like do a lot of drugs and like be, just like have blatant disregard for their own like self and well being.
And now they're waiting on
at
the
all
world.
Costs of being like a cool like.
And now they're waiting on the world to change.
I did.
Those kids are waiting on the world.
It's true. It's true.
How long do you think they'll be waiting?
I don't know. I don't know that song. I know what you're doing, but I can't reply in concert with you right now. But yeah, so it's really fun, and sometimes like animators aren't good at it, and it's like hard because you end up just doing like stand up.
Was
I had
this
a very good
separate?
person.
Was this separate from the Kennedy Center? Or
No, this was at the Kennedy Center.
This is what you did.
This is what I did
On stage.
On stage.
Did you go blue?
No, I didn't go too blue.
But I'm saying, does the
I said something about you. Well,
the animator
you
can go blue too?
Oh, we
right?
can. Yeah. Oh, big time. I guess I went a little blue by talking about a 13-year-old Chinese kid that stuck a USB connector up his urethra.
That's not his ass.
USB-C.
No.
USB-C.
I mean, maybe you could get to it from
Guys,
there.
I'm fucking tired, man.
USB micro USB.
No, it was a regular USB. He cut one end. He cut one end off so
was he
could
trying to
stick it
become
in.
a cyborg?
He was doing it for pure and utter curiosity.
What did this? He was also on stage with you at the Kennedy Center?
No, I was just talking about it so the animator would draw a penis with the USB adapter sticking out because that's fucking funny.
Oh, you could.
And he did it.
You
and
can
it was
tell
great.
outlandish stories to get people to draw things.
Well, you can just you can do anything. I mean, that's the best part about the show is that when you like,
it's really
when
cheap.
you trust the animator and the animator trusts you
to work together.
Yeah, because most I'm not a
to be on the
stand-up-
same page.
I'm not like a stand-up
As
comedian
it
by
were.
any means, but like I can go up there. And
We
like,
got you
do
a
solo
rascal.
stuff.
Jeremy and I got you a rascal, so you can
What's
do
a rascal?
comedy anywhere.
Oh my god!
It's the thing that you ride at Walmart. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what a rascal
Yeah,
is.
you
Why
did,
do
so
I
what-
fucking need one?
You said you're not a stand-up comedian.
Oh my god!
So
See,
now you're gonna
that
roll
would get
in.
you thrown out. That would get you thrown out of the club for saying that. Almost as bad as saying boy, I just got
Frisco?
back from.
Calling San Francisco Frisco.
Oh, that's bad
Oh,
too.
that's
You
bad
can't do
too.
that.
Yeah.
What can you not call Portland something like Rose City? I figure is good.
I'm sure it's fine.
What is there something you can't call Portland like Sportland?
No, I don't know.
We'll have to find out next time we do a visit.
I don't.
I haven't been.
No.
Next time I do a visit, which
Yeah.
is August.
Oh, you going?
I'm going to Portland,
Could
going
you
to Seattle.
punch a Nazi, please?
I will.
Thank you.
The Fish just had 3 nights at the Gorge. No, that's in Washington.
How
It's
did
not
your
Oregon.
friends
It's
feel
close.
about?
It is. Yeah, I'm sorry. Never
Do they
mind.
still care
They
about
just had
fish?
problems. Yeah, a lot of my friends do. That was part of the conversation too. That happened last night at the show. When I started talking about John Mayer and the Dead and Fish and how many
I
times
think
I'd
talking
seen them
about-
and how it wasn't like I was like, how many people here have seen Fish?
Animating
goes-
talking about a fish show must get extremely tiring for the animator.
No, I just
Like you
asked.
get
I
to
was
use
like,
a lot of
I was
colors
just
and
asking
shit.
who
Yeah.
was anyone had seen Fish, and it was like no grumble. I was like, yeah, I know nobody likes to talk about it. It's fine.
Oh, it's like voting for Trump.
It's
you
a-
can't,
yeah,
you can't,
yes,
you can't admit it.
yeah,
you can't admit it in public, but
Yeah, I do. You know what? I do have a soft spot for REO Speedwagon.
you can enjoy all kinds of music, dude.
Yes, you can.
Well, as long as it's
No, you can. You can do whatever.
PG.
You can do whatever
No
you want.
You can enjoy both kinds, rock and roll.
Anything that's subjective is always just going to be that. You have to chalk it up. I saw Beck the other night.
Oh.
Unless you
And-
hate rap.
And I saw Beck the other night, and it occurred to my buddy Mark and I that he is the mayor of Silver Lake. Like he would be like if there needed to, like, just the way he was dressed, the hat, the whole thing. It's just like you just look at him and be like, oh yeah, that's Silver Lake, and it made me laugh.
But you saw him in New York.
But I saw him in New York. Yes, I did.
What's Silver Lake of New York?
Well, was Williamsburg.
Yeah, we've already endlessly ruminated on this. For the rest of the listeners who don't give a shit about this, I heard Beck was good, according to Danny that night. Beck
was great. Britt Daniels from Spoon came out.
Yeah.
They did some.
What do you think, Britt?
Did a couple songs.
I'm the rhinoceros.
He's Beck is the Bruno Mars for me.
What?
Really?
I've never seen Beck do good Michael Jackson.
I'm just saying, I'm not into. I mean, I appreciate Bruno Mars, but it's not like I wouldn't like pop on a record and like start listening to it. The new Beck record is really good, but it's got this like pop dance sensibility that sort of like harnesses that Bruno Mars thing, but it's much more digestible for someone like me. That's what I was getting at. Gotcha. He's like a mid-30s Bruno Mars for dudes.
Yeah. 10 years from now.
I think Beck's older than that.
I'm saying for me.
Well, Beck is ageless because he's Scientologist and they don't age.
And they don't
die.
age. Yes, so
right. They've been drinking Danny's blood.
Just like you.
He had the machine in the back testing himself.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't seen any concerts, but I did take an air flight myself to Florida, beautiful Florida. Met the girlfriend's folks. That was fun.
Did they reject you?
Not to my face.
Accepted with open arms?
Yep, seems solid. Couple of the highlights of the trip: went to a turtle sanctuary where they save turtles, sea turtles. So that was something.
Can I put a question in now?
Yeah, hit me.
Okay. Childhood bedroom?
No, because it's a different house. Yeah, they went south after they retired. So, so it is.
Where were you going
furniture.
with that? Where were you going with that, Mike?
There's a sketch from Saturday Night Live.
Okay,
it's like a music video.
Oh, I'm thinking Kids in the Hall where Daddy drinks. Daddy drinks. No, but it was good. And then we went to a wildlife sanctuary one of those drive-through ones where you get in a car and you take the path. They have lions and.
Hey, turtles are wild too. What are you putting us in our own sanctuary for? Turtles, we're back over here. Like, hey, we know how to party too. You know, the savages. You think a little fence is gonna stop us? We dig right under that thing.
Wow. I didn't know turtles sounded like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We moved south too after you retire. It's hard for turtles, after about 50.
It's hard for turtles.
It is. It's hard for turtles. You can't. Even the Carolinas is rough. So you end up out here in Florida.
It's incredible. They have people just showing up with sea turtles that they find that are hurt.
That's what I mean. They don't know what to do with us after a while. It's like we're all getting replaced by robots, and we don't know what to do. So we end up in Florida, and then the current takes us there too.
But the view's nice. No, but they literally have a cooler outside where people, if they find one on the road or on the beach or something that's hurt,
it's like that box that they have for human babies in other parts, like fire stations and police precincts and stuff. But they leave baby turtles in there with me. Yeah, and occasionally people leave acid-soaked golf balls in there because they think they're turtle eggs, but they're not. Because they're really
I like
soft
Mike's
when
new
they
character.
come. Yeah, they're really soft.
Mike, you got a good little character there.
Well, something went south.
What is the name of the turtle, though?
Which one?
The one that's speaking right now.
Speaking in the microphone right now.
On behalf of all turtles.
Shelly. I'm not representative, but I'm a leatherback. You know what I mean? I got fins. I flip out occasionally. I eat seaweed. I eat kelp.
Do you know the one that was...
occasional jellyfish.
There was the big show at the turtle place was a turtle that was half the size of this room.
Which room?
This room, podcast room we're sitting in, which I know for the podcast listeners, this means nothing. But
Seltzer King Studios?
It was just ginormous and didn't move a lot and just sat there.
Was that Eddie?
It may have been Eddie.
He doesn't
I didn't ask
move
names.
a lot.
He doesn't move a lot, right?
But he's got to come up for air sometime.
Once in a while.
Answers to Eddie, though, right?
Ooh, one of the turtles...
That could have been Eddie.
One of the turtles had gas and couldn't submerge, so it was just floating.
That was Charlie.
Which is hard for...
Yeah, that was Charlie. We used to poke him. Didn't work.
Tried to get the gas out?
Yeah, nothing worked.
Nothing, yeah.
Gas eggs, guys.
They sent him to a sanctuary.
Yeah.
His own, not ours. They called it a Charlie sanctuary because it's a third thing.
Okay. That definitely was him because there was a sign that said "Do not poke."
Charlie. Do not poke Charlie.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'd suggested just putting some weight on his back, but they didn't want to listen to me.
I said 3-4 phone books. And
What?
that's
It would submerge him. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but then he'd stay submerged, man.
Yeah, you don't want to do
something on
that.
his back?
Yeah.
Somebody would have
Look, he's floating to the top because he can't go down, so I'm going to put the weight on him so he can sink.
I just want to ask.
Never come back
Yeah,
up.
I'll ask you a
just
question.
once in a while.
How many goldfish survived learning to do the backstroke? How many?
You're the let's go to the turtle. He would probably know better than we would.
Oh, goldfish? I eat them. I eat them. I eat jellyfish,
right at 'em.
goldfish,
Yeah.
all of them. Those are mostly lunch fish, like I said, but sometimes I get a steak fish later on.
Jellyfish give you heartburn? Shelly?
Right here, but Charlie.
I said
Go poke
Shelly.
him.
I said Shelly.
Oh, thank you.
I did.
Okay.
Occasionally, but
We'll go
only
back to
only
the
the
You
mint.
will. You'll
Only
hear fucking Shelly.
only lamb with a mint jellyfish really gets it. That's because sometimes they put herbs in the roll, and I can't with the tarragon.
Turtles can't with the tarragon.
With the tarragon.
The other things were
Tarragon for turtles.
not at the turtle.
That was
Sanctuary.
Godot, right? That was a Beckett
It's
play.
definitely a Samuel Beckett play.
It was full. I don't know. I was going to go into a Samuel Beckett monologue, but he
you're not
doesn't
wearing a
really have
mustache
one. Yeah,
right now.
or a white suit, or look like I'm serving KFC. Anyway, I'm just saying Samuel Beckett looks similar to the KFC guy. So the other thing I did was this wildlife safari that you drive through, and you had a CD that sort of guided you. CD. Luckily, the car had a CD player, and there was water buffalo. And there were different kinds of. It was an African plains version.
How's
of
that
it.
different from musk ox?
Foreheads. Foreheads are different. I don't
Okay.
know. I
All right.
believe.
Okay,
What
Sounds
else was
good.
in there?
That checks out.
Monkeys. There was a monkey island.
believable, right?
Whole island of huge monkeys running around. That was pretty fun.
Did they seed
the
the
cars get
island?
messed up at
Yeah,
all?
exactly. Did they
no,
get pelted
but
with feces or anything?
You're
Oh, yeah.
warned to. No, there's
Keep
like a
the
channel that
windows
goes
up.
around Monkey Island, so they didn't.
Got to keep the windows up.
Yes, they say never. Don't open windows. Don't stop. But it's like the lines.
This is
are
kind of like
caged
driving
off.
like in Skid Row in L.A.
Yeah.
It's
Whatever
exactly
you
the
do,
same thing.
Don't make eye contact with the turtles.
This cop was like, "What are you doing stopping at the stoplight?"
But anyway, that was one of the events. They took me to a vegetarian restaurant.
These finally something indoors. The things that they named so far were all outdoors.
Yeah, and it was 100 and felt like 104 or something when we were there.
This is something I could get into. They serve a lot of like designer lettuces.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
but flights were great, Dan. My flights were fine.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm glad that they were good for you, and they were very terrible for me.
Sorry, guys. I stayed here
We
and did parenting.
Yeah, hung out with the kid.
we did do something
park
cool
days.
though in DC after we went to Ben's Chili Bowl because we got to. Did ourselves a spicy half smoke, and
Did you bring us
Some
back
chili.
some?
I couldn't bring more than 4 ounces on the plane, and so I had to eat it.
You could store 32 ounces inside of yourself and then mama bird it back to Jeremy.
It wouldn't have worked, man. It would have all been gone. But it took me 6 hours to get home. If it
That's
was
true.
a quick
The tarmac time.
man, if I had just been able to just like plow that chili down and take
35
minutes,
Yeah, exactly.
and come back
Jeremy
to you,
meet you at the gate with
It
a
would-
tickle with
it
a
would
with a
still
feather.
be it'd still be 65% chili bowl.
Oh my god! Can I get the rice on the side?
I didn't realize that like all the monuments and stuff, they're just 24 hours. They can't really like close them. So
Oh,
you just go there. So
They're
we went
so
to
big.
we went to the Lincoln Memorial at like 3 a.m. Ian Fidance and Brandy and her friend, and
I
we
heard
just
that-
like had like there were like people there. It wasn't like
Everybody
dead.
chills
There were
there.
still like
Yeah.
15, 20 people kind of hanging out.
I heard you guys turn the Washington Monument into a bong. Was that you?
Into a what?
Into a bong, dude.
A bong?
No, that was the
No,
No?
Capitol building.
that's the the
you made-
picture you saw of
You made
Ian?
the Capitol into a
These-
gravity bong?
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Ian has a picture of himself looking like he's jerking off the Washington Monument.
no.
He just got like a perfect shot of him, like
Ian.
grabbing the balls and holding it. It was fucking.
Ian, I hope you
It
didn't
was
hurt
so
yourself or
great.
cut yourself at all. That
Man,
sounds
it was
painful.
so good.
Wow.
But that was real. I didn't know that you
Yeah.
could do that, and like being 3 o'clock in the morning, and like you just seeing like, if you move a little bit to the left, you can see the House of Congress and
We'll see a very sad
Washington.
man.
Yeah, and then a very sad orange man in the back, very angry. We didn't talk much politics. I did one political joke when I was talking about my friends who fucking like
John Mayer.
Like John Mayer. And I was like, this isn't my alternate reality, which is way worse for me than Mike Pence casually calling his wife mother. But that is it.
Yeah.
Didn't want to get, I mean, that's like, it's a fine line. But like with what Mike was saying with Patton and like them like reposting all of these like fucking clearly out of context because that's what whatever, just like coming around. We had the Kennedy Center posted about our show and they were like, some likes and some retweets. And then like all the comments were, do you know that you're hosting Patton Oswalt? Here's a picture of his tweet. Like, this is what the Kennedy Center had.
Yeah, it is sick stuff. Reprehensible. I can't believe. Crazy. It's like Kennedy is rolling over in his grave right now because of what you're doing to children.
So crazy. What else is crazy? Dude, did you I think I read it because of you. The Forbes op-ed by the guy who says that we should get rid of all libraries. Yeah. I'll tell that guy to go suck a big fat one.
Did you know what his
Amazon?
Did you know what his
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Did you know what his follow-up was?
No.
He was like, this woman made an excellent point about going to get these books, and I pay taxes, and she was saying, this was her tax in Altadena was 70 cents on all these things, and he was like, I pay $495 a year library tax. Motherfucker lives out in Long Island somewhere where you pay taxes for stuff like that. It's not like he lives in the city where that stuff is folded into all these other things. Yeah. He lives out in the suburbs where they can afford to item use specific things.
Dude, I'd like to take him by the hand and bring him into the Reading Public Library. And just let him sit there for...
The Otis Reading Public Library?
No, just the regular Reading Public Library.
Oh, because I wanted that guy to sit on the dock of the bay for a while. Wow. Think about what he's done.
I was trying to make that work into a book pun, but it just didn't come that quickly.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Sitting on the dock of the page?
So...
No, doesn't work as well.
No, it's okay.
So.
All I'm saying is that I will personally go over to that guy's house and put him in the car and take him out there and let him sit there for half a day and realize why public libraries are important, that are not just for people to sit there and read books and for people that have internet access and have air conditioning in the summertime. Like,
you're accurately portraying it, but at the same time, there's a lot of people's misconceptions that could be solved by Danny coming over to their house and putting them in a car and driving them to the library and making them stay there for a half a day.
I'll do that.
Educate themselves. If you want Danny to come to your house, straighten you out, call the Danny and Mike voicemail at 347-470-8150.
Yeah,
we want to hear you.
Or check us out on Patreon. Maybe we'll make that a Patreon tier.
We could make that one of the tiers. Yeah, Dan will come.
I'll come and pick you up, and I'll bring you to the nearest public library to make sure you realize that they're important.
And Dan is cross his arms behind you.
That is so awesome. Dan's gonna stare some people straight.
I mean, that is also one of my favorite SNL sketches. Is Scared Straight with Keenan.
With Keenan.
Oh my god. Oh yeah.
Sorry, boss.
Keenan's got a
congrats to Keenan. Yeah. He's also got a baby. I'm not the only one.
He does.
Couple, right?
Not yet.
Two? Okay.
Easy now.
Well, not yet. Russia. Any day though, like in the next week or so.
Oh, nice. Does he need a doula? He's all right.
May already have that figured out.
I think he's figured that out.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
He's figured that out already.
He didn't post about it. Usually it's the type of thing.
So guys.
Okay, what?
Ian was supposed to host at the Comedy Cellar today, 8:00. And we got to the airport at 11:00
a.m.
Which, by the way, on our way out of the hotel, it was raining so badly that they were giving us umbrellas to use yesterday. And Ian walked out with two, and I walked out with one right out the front door. We stole from the Watergate Hotel because we were staying at the Watergate Hotel. I had a room that looked at that exact building.
Sweet. Is Nixon's ghost in your room?
No, I don't think so.
Did you bring him back like you did on episode 3? The Adventures of Danny and Mike, starring Danny Taylor and Michael C. Marona, produced by Darren Whalen?
With the "and" spelled out?
Oh,
wow. If you do want to leave us a voicemail about anything...
Danny, I'll go down on you if you want.
That's George C. Scott. That's George C. Scott.
Danny, don't take me to the library.
Please let us know about it at 347-470-8150. We love hearing from you. We love viewer mail even more.
We're gonna get a PO box. I feel like that's
promise.
I feel like that's
it's gonna have to be pretty big if it's going to admit packages like the one from the
oh gosh
Paul Allen,
founder of CEO Microsoft.
Paul Allen. You're a good man. Yeah. We appreciate it. You're getting a lot of plugs. Yeah. You're getting a lot of plugs. Don't let it go to your head.
I don't know
unless you're going bald. Then get
those plugs in there, baby.
You get out.
I don't know if the postal service can deal. Plug it, plug away.
Right. Speaking of plugs, check our network out, the Last Podcast Network.com. They have some amazing things.
With
the story must be told.
And the Last Podcast on the left. And so many others. Just check them out. Go to lastpodcastnetwork.com. Also, check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/
Danny Mike with the N spelled out.
And stay tuned for Mike and I, and perhaps Jeremy. I'm not sure if he's doing all of them or not.
I think so.
We're going to be coming to a drinking hole near you.
A Midwest bar near you.
Little 90s night action with Mike and I. We're not sure what we're going to be doing, but it'll be fun.
Info TK.
That's right. Yes. Check it out. Keep your eye on DannyandMike.com. If you want to shout at this guy, at Michael C. Morona on the twits.
Anything about comics or misogyny.
Yeah. And then Danny is at D. Tamborelli or at Danny Tamborelli on the Instagram.
I prefer Instagram these days.
Yeah, I wish I could delete Twitter. I wish I could delete Facebook.
There's too many fucking Nazis. They need to go to hell.
Yeah, fucking bots. And I'm at Remy Balin. Check that out.
They're not bots anymore. They're real people who actually think that horrible stuff.
That's it, Pinocchio.
A lot of them.
Keep thinking that. Keep thinking that, Pinocchio. You're not going to turn into a burrow.
Just kidding.
What does this have to do with flying? No, I'm just kidding.
That's Dumbo.
Yeah.
It's the feather.
Did you see the new Dumbo trailer?
No.
Okay.
Tim Burton?
Uh-huh.
A little scared.
It's probably going to be great.
What about Christopher Robin, guys? Come on.
Does Johnny Depp beat the hell out of Dumbo?
I'm into that.
Yeah?
I'm into that. I think that's going to be great.
Would you say?
Does Johnny Depp beat the hell out of Dumbo?
I don't know if Depp's in it. Depp's got some things he's going through. I can call him Depp. So
living in a mansion in London, that must suck.
Yeah, it sucks. But yeah, thanks so much for tuning in, and we hope your flights are turbulence free. We hope your beer is cold.
So much turbulence.
And we wish you
cold beer.
A happy podcast.
A humid summer.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, arrivederci.
We will be delayed for 8 hours.
Fuck you.
The Adventures of Danny and Mike stars Danny Tamborelli and Michael C. Morona. The show is produced by me, Jeremy Balin. This podcast is part of the Last Podcast Network, which can be found at lastpodcastnetwork.com. Make sure to check that out for a ton of great shows. For more information on the guys, visit our website at dannyandmike.com. Also look us up on Twitter at Danny and Mike with the N spelled out, and on Facebook at facebook.com/The Adventures of Danny and Mike. Thanks for listening.